Okay, language, page 18 is the page we're going to do today. The first thing we need to do though is look at the board, and we're going to talk about the subject and the predicate. And remember, the subject is who or what the sentence is about, and the predicate is what are they doing, right? So that's the two parts of the sentence, the subject and the predicate. So I am going to start writing some of the sentences on the board in cursive, because you guys need to learn how to read cursive, especially those of you that never wrote cursive before. So I really need you to look up here so you can read in cursive these sentences. And I know some of you need to scooch one way or another so you can see. So all eyes up here, please. All eyes up here, please. All right, read. Small chipmunk scrambled over the path. And I ended it with a period, so we already know that's a declarative sentence. Who is this sentence about?
A small chipmunk.
A small chipmunk. So we're going to put a line right here. Now for today's paper, we're going to do something different, because not only are we going to put a line there, we're going to underline the subject part once. So we would go a small chipmunk with one nice neat line. What did that small chipmunk do? Scampered over the path. So the predicate part, we're going to underline it twice. So you need to do two nice neat lines under the predicate part. Alright, let's do the next sentence. And everybody needs to be looking up here. You cannot read a sentence you're not looking at. Alright, I'm going to give you a tally, because I specifically said do not do that, and I specifically told you many times to stop working on your paper ahead. Right? So why are we writing on our paper when I'm asking you to look up here? Look up here. Everybody read with me. On a picnic table, he found some crumbs. So what is that sentence about? He. Very good. It's he. It's about he. They're talking about the chipmunk, but they're calling him he. So you're going to make the mark after the word he. So what is the subject part? Read the whole thing. On a picnic table, he. So that would be underlined once. What did he do? Found some crumbs. So the found some crumbs is going to get underlined twice. Alright, next sentence. A saucy blue jay scolded from a tree. So what is that sentence about? Somebody else. Olivia?
A blue jay.
Okay, so a saucy blue jay, so we're going to take the mark after blue jay. And what's the subject part?
A saucy blue
A
jay.
saucy blue jay. And what's the predicate part? Scolded from a tree. That is what the saucy blue jay did. He scolded from a tree. Alright. Now, the next thing we're going to learn today, I need to move the camera to look at the other sentences, and we're going to learn about a new punctuation. Alright, so I'm going to get a chart out that we're going to look at, and we're going to learn some comma rules. We're just going to learn two of them. This has a lot of comma rules on it, but we're just going to learn two. We really already learned this one, that you use a conjunction to create a run-on sentence, a comma and a conjunction. That's the connecting words I told you about, like comma and, comma but, comma or, right? To correct a run-on sentence. Or yesterday we took two choppy sentences and made a compound sentence doing that. The new comma rule we're going to learn is after yes or no at the beginning of a sentence. Everybody read that. After yes or no at the beginning of a sentence. And then before and after the name of a person you are speaking to in a sentence. Now we actually call this direct address. If I'm going to address you, that means I'm going to call you by name. Alright? So sometimes when I get onto you, or sometimes when I call you to answer a question, I call you by name, don't I? Alright, so that is direct address. Alright? So, we're going to look at some sentences on the board, and you need to tell me where I need to put the comma. The first sentence, read it with me. No, you may not play outside. So where do I put the comma?
After no.
Yes, because the rule was after yes or no at the beginning of a sentence. So you're going to insert the comma. You're not just going to put the comma. You're going to use the insert mark because we're correcting mistakes. That's proofreading, right? or comma? All right, yes, she is my good friend.
After yes.
Very good, after yes, so insert a comma. All right, now this is from the other rule. Thank you, James, for the flower. Page.
Put the comma after Jenny.
All right, according to the rule, listen to the rule again. It said before and after. I gotta find the right chart. There it is. It said before and after the name of the person you're speaking to. And there is going to be some clarification. I'm going to give you that. But do you see how his name is in the middle of the sentence there? And you are right. You are talking to James. That's direct address. So you're going to do it not just after James, but you're also going to do it before James. All right? What about this next one? Olivia, please set the table. Olivia, go ahead. After Olivia, because you are talking to Olivia, direct address.
See the sentences until you turn around.
Okay. Don't eat all the candy, Sean. Zeke?
After don't.
Is the name of the person don't? Okay. The rules are yes or no at the beginning of the sentence, and then to separate somebody you're talking to, they say before and after, but sometimes it's before, sometimes it's after, and sometimes it's both before and after. So are you talking to somebody in this sentence?
Yes.
Who are you talking to?
Sean.
Sean. So we're gonna put it before. Because the rest of the sentence is don't eat all the candy. To separate Sean, who you're talking to, direct address, you have to put the comma in front of Sean, don't you? Would it look right to put a period and a comma back here?
No.
Micah? I really need you to pay attention. I really don't think you even know what I asked, do you? All right, class, please line up at the door. Who am I talking to there? I'm talking to the class. So that's direct address. I'm not calling individual people, I'm talking to the whole class. So where am I gonna put the comma this time, guys? After class. All right, now, think about it. If the person's name is at the beginning of the sentence, then you put the comma after their name. If the person's name is at the end of the sentence, then you're gonna put the comma before their name. And if the person's name is in the middle of the sentence, you're gonna put it both before and after their name. Okay, like this with Olivia at the beginning of the sentence, so we put the comma after. The Sean was at the end of the sentence, so we put the comma before, but on the one page James was right there in the middle of the sentence. Thank you, James, for the flower, so you had to put commas before and after the name. Now we have one more we need to look at. You better pay attention. Because did I say that you put commas just because you see somebody's name?
No.
No, I said when you are talking to them. It's called direct address. You're calling them by name, or you're calling them class, like we did in this sentence. Let's look at that last sentence. Sam laughed at the joke. Are we talking to Sam? Are we talking about Sam? So do I put a comma? No. Because I'm not talking to Sam. What if I said, Sam, did you think that joke was funny? Then am I talking to Sam?
Yes.
Yes. But in this sentence, Sam laughed at the joke. Do I need a comma? No, because I'm not talking to Sam. I'm talking about Sam. Okay? So it is only when you are talking to somebody. So do not say, oh, there's a name, put some commas. Oh, there's another name, put some commas. No, that's not what we're doing. It's only when you are talking to that person and calling them by name, or possibly calling them class, or a very common Bible verse, children, obey your parents in the Lord. So in that Bible verse, you're talking to children. So you would say, children, comma, obey your parents in the Lord. Right? All right, let's look at our paper and let's begin. All right, this will not take us long. The first section is about putting in those commas. Jenny, have you heard of synchronous fireflies? Who are you talking to? Jenny. You are talking to Jenny, so put a comma. Make sure you insert, just like I showed you on the board, insert a comma right after Jenny. No, what are they? Where now? After no, because always after yes or no at the beginning of a sentence. So insert another comma there. These fireflies flash their lights at the same time using the same patterns, Jenny. Before Jenny this time, because Jenny's name is at the end of the sentence. So insert a comma before Jenny, not after it. Do they live in the United States, Emily? Before Emily. Now you're talking to somebody named Emily. So put it before Emily because her name is at the end. Yes, you can find them in Tennessee.
After yes.
Very good. After yes or no at the beginning of a sentence. I know, Emily, that I would like to see them.
Before and after Emily.
Very good. You're still talking to Emily, but this time her name's in the middle of the sentence, so you're going to insert commas before and after Emily. All right, what about the next one? I have heard, Jenny, that people visit the Great Smoky Mountains to watch them.
Before and after Jenny.
Very good. So insert commas both before and after the name Jenny. Dad, could we visit the Great Smoky Mountains next June?
After Dad.
Yeah, now we're talking to Dad. So insert a comma after Dad. Yes, I think our family would like to see the synchronous fireflies.
After yes.
Yes or no at the beginning of the sentence. Very good. All right, now we're going to do subject and predicate. And you will do what we did on the board. Underline the subject one time. Underline the predicate twice. Do it as neatly as you can. All right, let's read the first one. It says, the firefly's tail glows. What are you talking about? No. You're talking about its tail. The firefly's tail. If you put the line after the fireflies, you need to erase it. It needs to go after the tail. You're not just talking about fireflies this time. You're talking about the firefly's tail. So put the line after the word tail, and you're going to underline one time the subject, which is the firefly's tail. And what is the predicate? Glows. That's what it does. So glows is the only thing that gets underlined twice. All right, a light bulb gets very hot. What's it about?
A light bulb.
A light bulb. So draw the line up and down to separate them. Right after light bulb, and you're going to underline one time a light bulb, and you're going to underline two times it's very hot. God keeps the firefly's tail cool. Who's it about?
God.
God. So just put a line after God. And that was easy. So now you're just going to underline God one time. That's your subject. And what does God do?
Keeps the firefly's tail cool.
Excellent. Underline that part twice. Let's read the last sentence. The little tails glow yellow, orange, blue, or even green. What is it about?
The little
The
tails.
little tails. So draw a line to separate it after tails. And underline once. The little tails. And underline twice.
The yellow, orange, blue, or even green.
Excellent. Very good.